What is up, fellow Neopians? This is Chili. Welcome back to my channel. I was hanging out at my buddy Bobby For Real's Twitch stream the other day, and it was mentioned that it would be really cool if I did a morphing potion tier list. So I know that there is like 900 different unique morphing potions. I'm gonna get into this in just a second, but if you're not following Bobby For Real right now on Twitch, what are you doing with your life? Bobby has the best, most positive, most uplifting kind of stream. He does marble races and giveaways, and it's honestly just a really wonderful community. I try to be on that stream at least 3 times a week because it really does genuinely make my week better. So highly recommend that you go follow Bobby. Let's get into this tier list. Let's talk about how we're going to do this. In the spirit of the Altador Cup, I have named the different tiers after things having to do with the Altador Cup. I know it's crazy how that connects. What I did was I just picked arbitrarily one of the potions out of each of the categories, and we will go ahead and take a deeper dive look at each of them when we go through and do it. So without further ado, let's get into our categories. At the top of the world, looking down on creation, we have Celebratory Winked at Me. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, Celebratory is one of the defenders on the Neopets team, which is the best team. I love Celebratory. When I played soccer, I was a defender who also scored goals, and you gotta have major bad bitch energy to do that. So, Cella, top tier, let me buy your socks online, babe. Next tier we have is focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. I can't really do anything anytime my friends are asking me, like if I want to go out, if I want to do something with them, I have to tell them, hey, I'm really sorry, but I'm focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. So it's a trade-off, you know. Being a serious athlete takes sacrifice. Moving on. Middle tier is dunking on Kiku Lake. Fuck those round motherfuckers. Okay, so this is middle tier because it still means that I do have to interact with Kiku Lake and be on the same pitch as Kiku Lake, but I also get to just drill their little round bottoms right into the ground and probably kick them into the goal like they're a Darrigan Yu that owes me money. So this is why it's mid tier. It's good and it's bad. For our second to last tier, we have 29 games a day though. Like, TNT, are you fucking serious? I realized last year it was 34 games and we knocked it down to 29 for Yooyuball, and I do realize that there is literally like 500 other games that I could be playing of the other ones, but I don't want to, alright? I just want to get All-Star, and I just want to get a scholarship, and I want to buy a McMansion in the middle of a small impoverished town, and I want to just wield my wealth over everybody else for my Yooyuball winnings, okay? It's the dream. Let me live the Neopian 1% dream, please. And finally, on the bottom tier, we have scoring on myself, trying to AFK the Altador Cup. I have had so many people try to show me how to do this effectively. Bobby did it like 4 times on his stream. Thank you, Bobby. I love you. I still don't get it, okay? I keep kicking it into my own fucking goal, okay? So I'm just out here unironically doing all 29 games a day and being like full in on this fucking all-star. Like, I deserve like a double all-star, no AFK badge. First up, we have a unique girl. This is the apple morphing potion, which can only be used for the chia. Now, the apple chias are fucking adorable. If you've never seen them before, I'll put a photo of them on the screen here. We're gonna start off pretty strong with this one, and we're gonna go right into Celebratory Winked at Me. I mean, not only is it super special because it's only for chia, there's no other apples that are out there, I think that it's pretty fucking dope that it's got this tiny little Granny Smith on top of it. Next up, we have our baby morphing potion category. There's quite a few baby morphing potions. I do like that there's a lot of different Neopets to choose from, and I like that the bottles are very representative of what the morphing potion is. I am, however, not crazy about baby Neopets. I just don't love them that much. So we're gonna put them into dunking on Kiko Lake. Fuck those round motherfuckers. Next up, a solid classic, we have the blue morphing potions. Gives you one of the original colors and pretty indicative on the potion of what you're getting. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one also to dunking on Kiku Lake. I mean, there's nothing really special about the blue ones, but hey, I love that there's a lot of them. Next up, we have another classic, the brown morphing potions. This one represented by our brown Ixie potion. I do love the little like antler horns that are in there, and I think that they're very cute. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, focusing on my Yooyuball career. Next up, right between the corner of Bumfuck and You Got a Pretty Mouth, we have the camouflage morphing potions. I do love that the Shoyu one is purple and the Tuscanini one is blue. That's kind of fun. I love that with this Mirka one, it's sitting on its tail. I'm not crazy about the colors, so I don't want to put it bottom tier, but I'm gonna give it the 29 games a day though. I kind of feel like that's where it belongs. Next up, we have the checkered morphing potions. There's really just a few of these. I think that the bottle is pretty reminiscent of what the morphing potion is and what it does. It's super fucking boring though, so we're gonna go again with 29 games a day though. You know what, actually no, we're gonna do scoring on myself trying to AFK the Altador Cup. I'm just not big on the checkered ones. I don't understand their appeal. Next, we have the Christmas ones. This one is honestly like, now I'm Jewish as fuck, but I love these Christmas morphing potions, okay? I love them so much. I love the bottles, I love what the paint jobs look like, fucking 10 out of 10. Whoever did this on TNT, you guys knocked this out of the park. Like, Celebratory fucking winked at me for real. The clay ones are disgusting. I think it's only the clay Aisha. I fucking hate it. I hate the paint job. I hate everything about it. I hate all of it. Moving on. Next up, we have the Cloud morphing potions. The Cloud is a pretty classic look. I feel like for some of these, you can tell how old they are because they have this like Akara shape to the bottle. But so for this, I'm gonna give it Dunking on Kiku Lake. You get extra points for nostalgia because I don't really like you all that much. Then we have the Darrigan morphing potions, which bottle design, fucking fantastic. Like, they did a great job of making bottles that were reminiscent of what the actual character will look like after you morph them. This Darrigan Ixnay is on point. Darrigan Quiggle, love the spikes, my dude. The Zafara is fucking dope. We're gonna go ahead and give the Darrigan one a celebratory winked at me. I'm very happy with that design. Next up, we have the desert ones. Hold your fucking horses. These desert ones go so hard. Whoever got paid for this at the time, they did not get paid enough. Look at this fucking cobra cape right here on this desert hissy. Like, look at the headdresses. Look at the fucking ornate design that went into these desert ones. I mean, they are absolutely 10 out of 10. Otherwise, of course, except for the Piofin, they always get fucked over on their bottle designs because they get their dumb little gem on it. Like, that's supposed to mean something. But Celebratory winked at me. She spit in my mouth. I absolutely love these desert paintbrushes. Next up, we have did I say paintbrushes? I absolutely love these desert morphing potions. Next up, we have Dimensional. Kind of a small crew, but you know, they're showing up hard for their team here. I do think that they're very reminiscent of what they look like, but a lot of these just look a little fucking tired. Like, they look like somebody done stole their glow. Like, after Rapunzel got her hair cut off and tangled or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Solid attempt, but I'm gonna give you 29 games a day though, because I just feel like I like the idea, but it was not well executed. Next up, we got the disco morphing potions. Are you fucking serious? Look at these afros. Look at this Bob Ross. Look at this medallion. Like, oh my god, look at the sunglasses on this mohawk. Fucking flawless. The vibes are immaculate. They're eating and they are leaving no goddamn crumbs. You already know. Celebratory winked at me. I guess I really like bottles, you guys. There's gonna be a lot in this, I think. Okay, next up we have electric. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the electric paint job that much, but I do think that the bottles do a really good job of conveying what the pet is going to look like. We don't need to waste too much time on her. Nobody's gonna remember her anyways. So we'll do focusing on my Yooyuball career right now because I do love the bottles, but I hate the paintbrush. I hate the paint design. Why do I keep saying paintbrush? Eventide is next, and she is a strong contender. She is blended eyeshadow all the way out, flattering, loving it, loving it. She has 13 flawlessly blended colors, and she's got the little white stars painted on there. Are you serious? Like, you know that she has the little fucking heart on her nose too? Adorable. Fucking adorable. My only sort of downside about Eventide is I feel like they're very hard to custom because clothes don't look that good on them. So, focusing on my Yooyuball career right now, sometimes you just gotta be naked when you do that. Like, only the real athletes know. Can I get a W in the chat for the ones that fucking agree? Fairy ones are next, and they fucking knew what they were doing with these. Like, these fairy ones are great. I love the different wing designs. I love the fact that there's different color palettes that are brought in here. This is one that I feel like could have been very boring, but they picked a great way to make them super different. Also, Lenny Fairy, the only Lenny that I like. Are you serious right now? The Mirka and the Grundo being like dark fairies? Ugh, amazing. Fairy, I think that you're gonna go into focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. You're not my vibe, but you are a fantastic vibe. Next, we have the Fire Morphing Potion. It is, as the two hosts from Neostalgia said, this is very Guy Fieri coded. I love these fire ones. They're giving Harley Davidson. They're giving go get my tools so I can help you fix the truck. Like, you know that they'd probably be a little gruff and they don't really talk about their feelings all that great, but like would go to the ends of the earth for you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw the Fire Morphing Potion into the focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. Again, don't love it for myself, love it for everybody else if you love it. It's a solid looking bottle, and like I said, it's very Harley Davidson. It's very handlebar mustache. Can I buy you a cheeseburger? You look hungry. Ghost morphing potions are up next, and honestly, I feel like this is kind of a miss. I realize there's not a lot going on with the ghost paint job. It's just sort of see-through-y blue with like the red eyes, but I don't know, these are just kind of fucking boring. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in 29 games a day though. Like, it's just not doing anything for me. Glowing potions are another fucking miss. Like, it's got a cool radioactive vibe and I dig that, but like, what is special about it? What makes this different from like the green or the dimensional? We're actually gonna go ahead and put you in the scoring on myself in the Altador Cup. I'm just very not impressed with you. These next ones are really weird and they wrinkle my brain, okay? Because we have gold, but then we have the golden elefante, and they all look the same, okay? But why are the textures on the bottles so different, okay? Like we got gold Scorchio here, kind of just looking yellow. Same with gold Shoru, just two little adorable little bottles of piss. And then we have gold Tonu, who's like got a metallic moment going on, which I do love, but like, why are you so different? And then there's like the golden elefante, which is just, that is absolutely just piss, like just piss with a mustache. I fucking hate it. And what's up with the white cap? The consistency in this rollout is fucking awful. I'm not a big fan. And look, they even have different R values. This one, like 98, 98, 99, 92. But the pets all look the same. Make it make sense. I fucking hate it. If I could put it lower than scoring on myself in Yooyuball, I would. I literally would, because I hate that there's no consistency. Speaking of things that I hate, also myself, because why did I put 2 fucking green morphing potions on here? I guess I just couldn't decide. I mean, there are a lot of green ones, and I was trying really hard to like represent every single Neopet species. But again, the green ones are kind of basic. Very what you see is what you get though. They do a good job of representing the Neopet that they're drawn for, but we're gonna go ahead and stick these in 29 games a day though. Gray morphing potions are next, and I have never seen a depressed bottle before. Like, y'all look like you are not dishwasher rated and somebody stuck you in there anyways. Y'all look like how I look when somebody touches my fucking neck and I just like twitch. These gray morphing potions, I think, do a great job of showing how depressed the Neopets are, except for maybe this gray Lenny. Like, she making it, yo, like, she's a survivor, she not gonna give up. I guess the Drake's doing a pretty good job too, but the rest of them, not doing great. We are gonna go ahead and we are gonna give you focusing on my Yooyuball career right now, because I respect your game. Let me introduce another just absolutely fucking goated set of bottles. Look at these Halloween ones. Not only, again, are they unique, they are representative of the costume and the paint job that your Neopet would be getting if you used it. Oh my god, look at the Techo. So cute. Look at the Mirka. Like, they really do look like what the Halloween costumes look like, and the bottles are all very well made. Antiques Roadshow, I'm gonna give this celebratory winked at me. I'm super impressed. I love the Halloween ones. TNT, if you could put this kind of effort into your stuff instead of just giving us more fucking NC Mall items to buy, that would be so fantastic. We would really love that. I would love to give you like literally like 10 ideas that I have kicking around in a journal for new paintbrushes and new morphing potions if you need my help, free of charge. Next we have the Ice Hissy Morphing Potion. It's the only ice morphing potion. And again, super respect the game, but what the fuck is going on with the wings? Ice Hissies don't have wings. So you're gonna go ahead and go down here into the scoring on myself trying to AFK the Altador Cup, because you just don't make any damn sense. Next one up, we have the Invisible Walkie Morphing Potion. This one I'm so conflicted about, because part of me is like, what in the fuck is the point of an invisible Neopet? You can't see them, okay? You can do like some kind of fun Hollow Man customs and stuff like that. I'll give you that. But just a straight up invisible Neopet just kind of seems like a waste, right? But then I think about the fact that there was probably some staffer that was like under a deadline and like really needed an idea, and they legit came to the table with this and were like, hey fam, let's do invisible Neopets. And somebody fucking bit, and they did it. And they probably only had to do like 3 models, because there was like, you know, the stand up and the like the 4-leg, the 2-leg, and then like, you know, whatever, the rookie. But how fucking genius is that to be like, no, the customs, like, you're just gonna be invisible. So you know what, this one, we're gonna do that on Dunking on Kiku Lake. Fuck those motherfuckers. Next we have the Island Potion. I think that these bottles are pretty well made and pretty well animated. I love how they all, like I said, are very representative of the Neopet that they're going to turn into and what that outfit is going to look like. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on to focusing on my Yooyuball career right now, because I really like it. Okay, next up we have the Maractite ones, and honestly, I do not like the Maractite paint jobs at all, okay? They are too busy. I love that they remind me of like that movie Atlantis, because I will forever love that movie, but I don't really like them. However, I love the bottles. I think that the bottles are beautiful, and that is what we are ranking right now, is the bottles. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick her all the way up with Celebratory Winked at Me, because no, you know what? No, it's a good pattern, but the shape is not there with this one. So we're gonna do focusing on my Yooyuball career. We have the Moroccan ones next, our little under the sea potions, and these ones are pretty cool. Lots of different designs with this one. They didn't go with the generic kind of design, and I think that they are very well made and very interesting to look at. Some of them are a little bit different and weird animation style wise compared to the other ones. Like this one's kind of shitty, this one's kind of shitty, this one's a little just different, but then like some of them are so good. Probably just different animators with different skill levels or different styles, which is totally cool. Like, I guess I don't mean like shitty and bad, No, I do mean shitty isn't bad. It's just not as good, okay? So the Moroccan one, we're gonna go ahead and put that in Dunking on Kiku Lake because some of them are fucking boss and some of them need a little bit of work. Then we have the orange morphing potion. Honestly, kind of fucking boring. Definitely think that it's cool that with the Kugru one they put the stripes on it, but you know, nothing to write home about. We'll put that one in 29 games a day. Nothing really more to say. Pastel morphing potions are next. There's only 3 of these, and the bottles honestly are not that captivating to me. They don't really capture my attention that much. The pastel Bunny one is pretty good, kind of looks like a teapot, but I'm digging it. I don't know about the Ganorbu and the Zweetok one though. We're gonna throw her in Scoring on Myself AFK in the AC. Pink is up next. This one is kind of one of the boring basic looking ones, but I think they did a pretty good job at bringing it in and making it look different than the red potions at least. This uni one's looking a little purple, but that's okay. I'm gonna stick her in Dunkin' on Kiku Lake. Next we got the pirate ones. These ones are not that valuable because of how flooded they are in the market, but they are some pretty dope looking pets objectively. I like the bottles. I like how they're very piratey. Yar. I'm gonna go ahead and give these focusing on my Yooyuball career. You know what? I think that I was just too excited to do this tier list at first because I'm gonna move this apple one down. Carry on. It's just honestly not enough for me to get excited about. 29 games a day. Then we have the rainbow morphing potions. These ones are pretty solid. Again, this is some older art other than like the Bori one, but I do really like it. The Ogren one doesn't really look rainbow though, so interesting that I picked that one, but we'll say solid like, you know, 7 out of 10. Next up we have our classic red morphing potion. Kind of basic, not really a lot going on these bottles if I'm being completely honest. I'm just really not that impressed. Next up we have just the relic chia morphing potion. This is kind of cute, but it also kind of reminds me of a chia pet and those freak me out, so we're just gonna stick her right in the middle. Then we have the royal girl, royal boy, Kiri morphing potion. I just threw one of them on there to show it. I think that this bottle design is great. You get the clothes, you get the ears, you get the color patterns and everything. Very well executed. We're gonna go ahead and throw you up into Celebratory Winked at Me. I think that that's great. Then we have the shadow ones. Now I guess this is a little hard to do a bunch with because it's just like shades of black, but it's really fucking boring compared to how the paint jobs look when you actually get the shadow Neopet, right? I don't know. I like the way that the shadow Neopets look a lot, but this bottle is kind of leaving a little to the imagination, leaving a little to be desired. Next we have silver. Literally so fucking boring. Like this is the best that you could do. Not even metallic. I don't know, I'm not impressed. I'm gonna stick our little silver guy down here. I just really feel like more effort could have been given. Honestly, same with the sketch one. Like this is a little bit better, but just don't love them. I feel like it's kind of boring. Skunk ones. Okay, these are a little bit different. They're a little bit better. Again, not a whole lot that's exciting about them, but this paint job is pretty basic. It's just sort of doing the white stripe down the black one, so I don't know, kind of middle of the road. We're gonna go ahead and stick her in Dunking on Kiku Lake. Fuck those motherfuckers. I don't know, sometimes when I think about the skunk one, I kind of think about like, you know, like those anime, like, there'll be like a really weird anime that your fucking weird ass friend wants to show you and you're like, all right, I'm gonna watch this even though I know that I'm not gonna like it, and you have to give it like 3 or 4 episodes before you can just be like, bro, I fucking hate this and it's weird and why do you like it? Like, I don't know, it's just giving that kind of vibe. Like, it's not for me, I'm sure it's for somebody else, but like, no thank you. Next up is another fucking weird one because we have some that are snow and we have some that are snowy. Like, did we not have an alignment meeting on this or something like that to make sure that we were all using the same nomenclature for our morphing potions? I don't know, I just don't like it. You're gonna get punished for their crimes, Snowy, it's not even your fault. Next up we have Speckled. This one has a special place in my heart because of Xandra, I love that bitch. The Speckled morphing potion bottles, you know, they're okay. I don't think that they really do justice to the paint job though, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put these in the 29 games a day though, because I just don't know, there's just nothing really special about it. Okay, the split morphing potions though, like they used the basic design for a lot of these bottles, so like if you compare this to like the red one or something, it's gonna look pretty similarly. But I do love the way that they've colorized it. They actually did split it down the middle. The loop one looks a little confused about what he's doing, but that's just because like, you know, his tail is like wrapped around, and I love that they did the continuity of the stripe all the way down the tail. Whoever did that, great art theory. But yeah, I'm gonna say that these are pretty solid. These are a solid like 8 out of 10. We're gonna go ahead and stick them, focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. Right now. Then we have the spotted ones, which this is weird. I kind of feel like maybe they started with a theme of doing this like sort of brownish orange, with this gray. Is that my color? I can't see colors, what the fuck? But I don't know, it just started to get kind of sloppy and then they started to add in other colors. Like, The spotted cow is like kind of grayish. The Geller is like a different color. And then we've got like a calico thing going on here with the koi. Like, I do like it. It's just kind of weird how some of them were consistently this color and they're like the older bottle style. And then we have just like the new ones like thrown in here kind of haphazardly. So I don't know. I feel like we did not pick a lane. So there is either not enough variation where it kind of feels like half of them are one thing and then the other half are like different individual things. I don't know. I feel like maybe they should have grouped them together a little bit better. So spotted, I don't know. I think that you're gonna get like a 29 games a day though. I don't fucking hate you, but like, don't ever come to my house for dinner. You're not invited. Our starry ones are next. I do love that they took the time to do different sizes and different kind of vibes to the stars. Like, it could have gotten really redundant and really the same. But I do feel like they did a good job of keeping these interesting and being really true to what the paint job looks like. It's kind of a basic paint job, but like sometimes that's why things are popular. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw it up into focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. I think it's a great execution. I just don't think that there's anything particularly special about it. Okay, but if we want to talk about particularly special, look at these stealth bottles. These stealth bottles are so fucking cool. Look at how much work they did to put like the outfits on them. Like the Bloomaroo is like in his fucking outfit. You can, like the Lutari one, like the Techo one. These are so good. These are so good. I'm not a big stan of the actual stealth paint job itself, but this is fantastic. Celebratory winked at me, you guys. We're gonna go get bratwursts after the game. Like, it is serious right now. We have an actual friendship going on. We follow each other on Twitter, like, not ironically. Celebratory and I, we are gonna go get a coffee. Ew, how long did I have the view off center where it was like cutting off the top half of it? Like, honestly, sometimes I'm such a fucking noob. Thank you so much for dealing with me, you guys. Okay. We're almost done. Okay. Next we have the Stone Loop Morphing Potion. Why the fuck is this just gray? Wait a minute, how did this get in here? This is the Stone Loop Morphing Potion. This doesn't actually do anything. So we're gonna put that on the bottom tier, because not only is it a boring fucking bottle, but it doesn't actually do anything to your Neopet if you know, somehow get it, which it's not really gettable anymore. Okay, next up we have the Strawberry Morphing Potions. The Strawberry Bruce one does not scream strawberry to me. It kind of screams like Christmas wreath, but I think that these guys are pretty strawberry-like. Here's some of the other ones. Again, like this one's giving watermelon. I don't even know what this one is giving. Like, this just seems like a vial of blood with a bunch of bugs in it. So, you know, not a solid execution. Although I do love the loop one because it kind of looks like the strawberry candy. But I think we're gonna go here. It's just not great. Next, we have the striped morphing potions. I kind of don't understand why we needed striped and pastel. Like, does that make sense? A lot of these are pastel colored. And then we have the Mirka, who is just like brown. Like, what the fuck? How come the Mirka didn't get like a cute, like bubblegum colored striped one? Now, I mean, admittedly so, I do love a good striped Mirka. They're so fucking cute. But this is just weird. This is just all over the place. I think this is going bottom tier. I'm not impressed with the bottles, and I'm not impressed with the colors, and I'm just not impressed. Then we have these swamp gas ones, which, like, why? Who thought this was a good idea? This is an earth fart. Like, why did we want earth fart? I don't understand. I don't want it at all. Let's press on. I fucking hate that one. Next up, we have the transparent ones. I love these. I think that the bottles are great. I love how they went with like a skull motif with it. The skeeth, we've got like the rib cage and the tail. Got the Corbat skull here. Kind of also looks like a bong, which I'm digging. So yeah, these are fantastic. I really like the transparent ones. I like the transparent paint jobs too. So we're gonna go all the way to the top with this guy. I'm very happy with that one. Whew, tier list getting so full. Gotta zoom out again. Okay, it's not in the list, but next up I did a transmog potion. Now let me pull the transmog potions up because I think this is a solid group of potions here. Look at them. Like, the Bruce one is even hideous, just like the Bruce. The Drake one, flawless. The Chomby one, flawless. Some of them maybe didn't have the best execution, like the Grara one could use a little bit of work. But, I mean, the Jub Jub one is pretty fucking stupid, guys. Come on, you could have done better than that. I don't even like Jub Jubs, and I'm upset about that. But I mean, other than that, I think that these are pretty fucking solid. I love the artwork of these. I love how they look like the paint job. Ooh, this Nemo one's got an awesome fucking texture. We're gonna go ahead and throw this up into the celebratory Winked at Me. I think that that is a top tier fucking bottle design. I love it. Whoever worked on that, congratulations, you did fantastic. She said as if any of the TNT members would ever watch this fucking video. Next up we have Tyranian. I think that this really does give off the sort of Fred Flintstone vibe. They did a really good job of making things look very shaggy and very just sort of like prehistoric, I guess is the word for it. I'm really loving the designs. This is an older look, but it checks out. I really like it. We're gonna go ahead and we are gonna throw the Tyranian ones into the focusing on my Yooyuball career right now. Man, I'm trying to get him a fucking scholarship, you know what I'm saying? Go pro, buy my mama a house. All right, then we have the water ones. Now, some of these are kind of cool. I do love this like sort of splash effect that they tried to do for the Buzz's wings, and I like how the Drake one and like the Kiri one, they kind of look like they've like spilled a little bit. Outside of that, they did a pretty decent job doing the water texturing in it to kind of look like, you know, like the water in the bottom of a pool. I think they probably could have done more with this, but I'm still pretty happy with what they did do with it. So we'll go ahead and we'll put these in the focusing. No, you know what? We're going to do Dunking on Kiku Lake because it's kind of middle of the road. Next up, we have the white morphing potions, which this one's kind of giving white Power Ranger energy, so that's sort of cool. The white ones are just sort of basic again. Like, they didn't really do anything special with the bottles, but like, what can you do? It's just a basic fucking, like, just basic bitch paint job. Is the bottle representative of that? Yeah, it is. I think it does a pretty good job. Okay, we got another goat, bitch. Look at this. Look at these woodland ones. Like, again, amazing job. These are so representative of the paint jobs that they reflect. You can instantly tell, like, what paint job and what Neopet it is when you're looking at it. I think that it gives you a great idea of what your pet would look like if you were going to use this on it. And I think that it's interesting that they went with one sort of color motif for all of them, and then they brought in a couple, like with this Uni and the Walkie, that are a little bit different. But with all of the pets together, not just the morphing potion, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, I really, really like these. I think that they're all on theme. I think that they're all well done. This is giving like Hexus from Fern Gully energy. Like, I feel like they're made out of muck or like something sticky and like viscous. I don't know, maybe the line work was too heavy or something like that. It just kind of looks like they're made out of like doom jelly, if that makes sense. I think we're gonna put it down here. This doesn't look anything like a wraith. It looks like, I don't know, roofing tar. Then we have the yellow morphing potion. This is a very basic one again. I think that they did a pretty good job of making some variety in these. They use different shades of yellow. They use different highlighting and everything like that. So again, what can you say? I mean, they're pretty basic, just like the normal ones. I do like how they use a lot of the UC sort of like shapes for some of them. So I mean, it gets a little bit of points for that. Love this Vandegeyer one right here, looking like a little cheerleader. Fucking love it, baby. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put yellow up here in the Dunking on Kiku Lake, because it's pretty middle of the road. And oh my god, y'all, we are finally down to our last one. Thank you so much for fucking chilling with me throughout this. The zombie ones are a lot like the transmog ones, all right? I think that they did a great job representing what you're going to get. I'm not a huge stan of the zombie paint jobs. I feel kind of like they are the, I kind of feel like they're like the cheap little brother of the mutant ones. But some people really like these zombie ones, and I love that for you. I love that you have these. They look a little stoned and kind of far away gazy to me, like that sort of, you know, what do they call it? 1,000-meter stare. Yeah, like they're having war flashbacks or something. So don't love that, but if you do, I'm glad that you have it. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take this zombie one and we are going to put it into 29 games a day though. And there we go. We did it. We rated all of the different kinds of morphing potions, including the transmog potion. There's other shit that you can use to morph your pets with, like the MSP Poogle plushie and, you know, like different shits like that. Like you've got your magical Chia Pops and all of that other stuff, your robot Zap-a-Majig. I didn't want to fuck with all that. I just wanted to do the bottles because I thought that it was very fun. So Scytheist, thank you so much for this idea, my friend. I'm sure you're never going to watch this video. That's okay. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Thank you so much for following my channel. Feel free to like and subscribe if you are enjoying this. I don't know. You're not required to. I don't really fucking care. I don't get anything from this. I'm just doing this for fun. So I hope to see you next time. And remember, guys, if life ever gets too heavy, feel free to come on back here for another chill quest because I love having you. See y'all. Thank you.